without the knowledge of their past history, culture, and of course, their source is like a tree without root. And, I really appreciate people who celebrate culture, people who, represent their community, people who stand for a particular thing, people that are unique in a way, and people that are ready to impact the society in which they live. We have come to realize that we are nobody without our culture. We are not from the Western world, and so we need to celebrate our culture and, of course, carry it on our head like moi moi and akara, because if we don't appreciate it, no one will. On this note, I welcome you to Fame and Me. And my name is Miriam, okay? We do it on this lovely economy on YouTube, and that's Golden Sea TV. Please ensure to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms. I have someone who is a celebrity in the studio. She is a unique person. I call her an advocate, a proponent of success. She is a woman, not just a woman, a strong woman, a proud African woman, a mother, juggling between being a mother, a career, and everything she loves to be. And thank God she is who she have always envisioned to be. She is into women advocacy, and I celebrate her for that. I love people who fight for the girl child and, of course, stands to represent every woman out there. She sings, she chants, and, of course, she is an actor. And in the media world, she is an OAP, on air personality. So it's going to be fun in the studio today because I have the ever dynamic and loving woman. She's so radiant because you need to see the woman in the studio. She's looking so ravishing, and I have to comment because she's wearing the culture of where she came from on her head like Gary and pure water. I have Mowuyan in the studio. Good day, ma'am.
Hello, darling.
Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
I hope
Thank
the
you.
introduction is lovely for a lovely woman like you because she is everything in one body. So I hope I've not shortlisted the normal long list that I ought to say.
You are just on point. You're just very on point. And I'm happy to be here.
So good to have you,
So,
ma'am.
all of you out there, I greet you. Thank you. I'm going to try as much as possible to be the guest
Okay, and
and
not
not
the
the
host.
AOAP.
So, because when you have someone with over 25 years experience in the entertainment world, you need to just say, "Hey, Baolo Bimi Gono. Hey, I have to hold my space. Hey, we have to, fight it beautifully and positively in the studio. So I get to hold my golden ground,
Yes,
and she
please.
sits as the guest while I ask her some questions. I'm not going to put her on the spot. She's not going to be calling a
Okay.
few friends and all of those things. But I will make her comfortable, and I
Yes.
know, and I'm very very sure that you will learn from this episode of the program, Mawuyan. So, the name Mawuyan is very very unique. So, how did you, should I say, coin the name or what? How did you get that
Actually,
name?
Mawuyan is my God-given name. It's the
God
name my
given.
parents gave me when they gave birth to me. So the name is Mawuyan Ogun. So when
Ogun, as in the god of iron.
OGUN, yes. So when I got of age in the entertainment business, I decided to drop the Ogun, then spell Mawuyan in capital letter with an exclamation mark.
Capital letter, that means that you are a strong woman. You should be represented in a capital form. So, the story so far so good. Do you have something sweet to say about the entertainment industry? And you have to do this while sharing a bit of your childhood experience.
Entertainment business is such that Alagbara ni o.
Hmm.
You need to be dogged.
Hmm.
If you're going to do entertainment and you're not going to be half-baked, you're not going to be one leg in, one leg out, then you need to be dogged. At some point, you need to be stubborn. Where there are times when you cower, you stoop to conquer, and there are times when you just stand your ground. That is what entertainment in Nigeria is about. Maybe in other clime, maybe it comes easier, but in Nigeria, like I always tell people who care to listen, nobody creates a space for you. You have to go out there and take your own space and own your space. Otherwise,
Take it and then own it.
Own it.
So for every youth watching us now, you have to take your space,
Take it.
own it by bettering your career.
Exactly.
You have to learn and learn new things.
yes.
Okay.
So, you said over 25 years. I'm actually 3 decades and 1
Wow.
in practice. That should be 1992. I started out as a dancer. And I remember my parents, my father especially, saying, no, iṣẹ́ àwọn aṣẹ́wó ni. Oh, and I'm like, it gives me joy. It gives me peace.
Why not let me practice this?
Why not let me practice this? My father always wanted me to be a lawyer. So I'm happy my father is still alive. When my daughter finishes her law degree, I'll go and hand it over to him and say, finally,
You have a
you have a lawyer in your house, so can I breathe? So, you always wanted me to be a lawyer.
Sorry, let's delve a little bit. Did you force your daughter to become a lawyer?
No.
Or it's her choice?
No. I was asking her, what would you like to do? Would you like to do art? And she was like, art.
Okay.
No, this family has donated you to the arts. I'm not going to the arts. So, okay. So what's it going to be? Say, law ni o.
Law ni.
Law.
Okay, ká kọ́kọ́ sọ pé ẹlẹ́dàá ló ń yan iṣẹ́ yẹn pé àdúrà bàbá ìkọ̀kọ̀ àti gbangba must be answered. I should be seeing a lawyer in my house.
In my house.
And the prayer was answered.
Was answered,
okay,
actually.
let's move to the story of Mowuyan. Back to the story.
So Mowuyan, I decided to go to the theater. Of course, it's always church, from church. So that theater group came to the church, and I tracked them down to the Dance Ruleri nightclub. And I left home. I left home for like 3 years.
You didn't see your parents?
Well, my mom was very hypertensive.
I hope it's not the old Stanley kind of left home. The left home for the glory of God.
Well, in the beginning it was a proper Osanle. Was a proper Osanle things. My dad was on my mom's case, and mommy was always, I hope you are fine. Take care of yourself. I'll be fine. Don't worry. So when I now got comfortable 3 years after, but then the elements and all the powers that be in the theater, they had given me knock on the head. So I told myself, okay, it's time to go home.
Please explain that part.
That part was, I used to call the National Theater my grandfather's house. Because we sleep at the National Theater. We sleep there.
An experience horrible.
No, because I was going for shows.
So are you telling me you don't have the good, the bad, and ugly?
Of course, there will be the good, the bad, and
for
ugly.
for a woman who sleeps at the National Theater.
I had people who.
Because maybe I should expatiate a little bit, because we have stories of people who would say that senior colleagues would ask them for sex for role, and
No.
Did you have any such experience?
No. Maybe dance then was very sane. And I think dance is still sane. Dance. was, if you can do it, everybody can see that you can do it. If you cannot do it, there's no two ways. There are no two ways about it. You can go on stage and perform, and we'll see that, okay, this person owns the stage, or you don't own the stage. And I made sure, because one thing I grew up with is the spirit of excellence. I don't like to be called Mowuyan. Stand me out, stand Mowuyan out. Then say, Mowuyan ati won. Now you are talking. But Mowuyan. So I made sure, let me see, only one person I didn't beat when I joined them. Only one person. She kept her stand till I left that group. She kept her stand. But as a dancer, I was there in their faces. So when I knew I had good footing, my Oga, somewhere in those 3 years, my Oga actually took me back home and officially asked my dad's hand. Say, Daddy, I want to marry your daughter to the theater. And I need your blessing because Mama Mukuronle, Ele marry. I'm going to take her away. So I remember my dad taking my hands and placing it in the hands of Mowuyan Schneike. Mowuyan Schneike, most people will know him as the senior judge for Martina Dance Hall.
Yes.
Yes, Mowuyan Schneike.
That was Mowuyan Schneike.
That was my Oga. He went home to ask my hand in marriage to the theater. My dad gave me off to the theater, but grudgingly. He had no choice. You know what, really,
because this is not the lawyer I've
that he wanted. Do you get? So, long story short, something happened along the way. A director came, and then that group was Ebony Culture Club. What we do is, say you have a play, let's say Lion and the Jewel, for instance. You need people that will be the crowd. So they just come and take the whole troupe. So we play the crowd and the one-liners, stuff like that. And of course, singing, dancing, and what have you. So a particular director came. Should I call his name?
You can.
His name is Felix Okolo.
That's a big name too.
Felix Okolo. Anytime I always say, God, thank you for sending that man to my life. Maybe I wouldn't have gone to school. So we were supposed to do Area Boy. That was the production then. And people were agitating for some stuff. So he sat us down and gave us a talk of our lives.
So I'm saying this to everyone watching us, that education is not a scam. You really need that book that you're running away from.
You need it.
To do virtually everything.
Everything.
To be that successful person, successful dancer, a successful theater practitioner, and of course, a successful content creator. TikTok, Facebook, and all of those things, and you don't know how to present your intellectual property well, then you will fail, because education is key.
Yes.
Mowuyan, please write on.
So Felix gave us a talk and compared us. He said, owó tó máa fún Richard Mofedamijo kò tó owó tí gbogbo yín máa pín. Mo jókòó mo rò ó, all of us put together, like 20 of us. So Richard Mofedamijo will still collect money. That his money will be more than what the 20 of us will share.
Because of lack of education.
So he said, so he faced me and said, you are very intelligent. What are you doing here? You don't want to go to school? You want to do theater? Yes, do theater. But don't you want to go to school? You are too intelligent to be here.
I love that. Too intelligent.
Okay. I'm going back home. So when I got back home, my dad was like, "She won't lay any money won't lay me."
So long story short, you went back to school to study.
I went back home and went to school.
To study What
I
course?
studied music technology.
Music technology. So, what's the relationship? From your story so far, I want to know because you said someone had to, take you back home, and it's a wonderful story,
Yeah.
and a story that will sure enlighten people. And I want you to relate music technology with women advocacy. How did that got into being?
Okay. So, when I got into school, it started from there. I was a one-man soldier
The women advocacy.
in everything. People didn't understand me, and I was unapologetic about it. Is this thing right? Yes, it is right.
If it's right, let's
It,
stand on
let's
the
stand
truth.
on it. And this thing that we are doing that everybody thinks is right, as long as it is wrong, it is still wrong. Just because everybody is doing it does not make it right. So Mowuyan was my first 3 years in school. My first 3 years, yes, prelim, ND, and ND 1 and 2. My lecturers didn't understand, and I was like, you know what, no matter. As long as my grades don't drop, and I do what I need to do. And I stayed in Akpata, Ibadan.
Alma mater mire.
Yes, I was
Great. The only
poly.
polytechnic with the article D. Yes, I love that. I love that.
And
Mo ṣàrí pé àjọra wa náà.
Ajorawa,
Ajálárúrú gan sọ pé
you
àjọra
get
wa.
it.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wá jọra yín bá àti gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ́fi jẹ́. Ẹ tún fi dressing jọra yín.
Do you
Okay, I'll go
understand?
back to the dressing so that people will not get to say, why is presenter dressed like this? So you know. They will know now, very soon.
Very soon. So, in Akpata, Ibadan, people didn't understand. My Yoruba mislead people to think I'm Yoruba. In fact, I can tell you, in fact, I had to claim Oyo State because I could pass for a Yoruba girl. But I'm not Yoruba, obviously. I am not.
But are you Nigerian? You're
I'm
part
very
of...
Nigerian.
Okay.
Very, very
because we are
Nigerian.
still going to come back to
Because
that.
I'm a West African. Plenty mix in there. So, in Akpete, when they want to start madness, I always come and I say, no, it doesn't work.
I know how it works.
It got to a point, my landlord stepped back. He's not the one who admits students into his house.
So you
I
did
became the
screening.
caretaker. Yes, you, where are you coming from? What do you do? What department? Baba Jato, ele le gbe nle wa. Ele le gbe nle wa. Ẹnu ma ka ele, a lè bele sọ̀rọ̀. Do you get? And without me knowing it, people just started, oh, woman, lady tó ń gbé nílé Baba Jato yẹn ni. I became known
in that environment.
in that environment.
Then, moving forward,
it's dovetailed to school, into the campus itself. Who is she? Mom, they're going to initiate the cult. I say, look at me. Do I not look like a cult myself? Only me. Do you get? Only me. Am I not a cult? Not cultist, but the whole cult myself. Should people not practice me?
We are not celebrating cultism here. We're just
No, we're
talking
not.
about people trying to, make you do things that you are not
Willing to do.
Yes.
Intimidate you into being what you are.
You need to own your self-esteem.
We are coming back to that.
Yes.
Own. Do you get your space and own your space? And then it started in the department. They say they always have male vocalists. So, well, where I come from, I sing. So I'm going to be a female vocalist.
So we are going to get to see the singing side of Mowuyan when we come back from this short break. All thanks to my sponsor, Bradford Hotel, Bets WGB, Golden Chance Lotto, and of course, Takebe Bitters for bringing us on every time. Because without them, I wouldn't be here, and without you watching us, we wouldn't be relevant.
Yes, so many are good, but ours is the best. If you need a decent, comfortable, and secure hotel with some common services in a conducive area, Bradford Hotels is where you should go. Bradford Hotels is second to none with special services enjoyed by our customers. That's why everyone say we are the best. Top-notch furnished rooms, well-trained and committed staff, African and continental dishes, decent hall for your next party, summit and AGM, standard swimming pool, multi-channel cable, internet services, 24 hours power supply, laundry services, and many more. Bradford Hotels is located at number 2 Church Street off Old Ota Road, Oko Filling Junction, Ilako off AIT Road, Alagbado, Lagos. For inquiries, call 0813-347-7817 or 0905-350-7352. You can also contact us through our email bradford.hotel@yahoo.com. Bradford Hotels, we give the best hospitality.
Be happy when you play with renewed, repackaged Bet WGB. You've got every reason to be happy. Unlimited market options, highest odds, highest accumulator bonus, highest event selection, in-play cash out, simplified access. You now have more site navigation. Our versatile slot machines offer you superior playing options. It's fun to play. Bet WGB, still the wise choice.
All right, welcome back. You're still glued to your star station, Golden TV on YouTube. Kindly like, like, subscribe, and of course follow us on all social media platforms. This is Golden CTV, and I am still hosting the relevant, the eloquent, distinguished Mowuyan in the studio, and she's ready to pour out from our well of experience and knowledge, to help you, make your lifelong decision. So Mowuyan is a singer, and she's ready to sing for every one of us. Mowuyan, please sing something.
Pẹ̀lẹ́ lárẹwà rìn. Òun àfẹsọ̀mú kò ní bàjẹ́. Pẹ̀lẹ́ lárẹwà rìn. Òun àfẹsọ̀mú kò ní bàjẹ́. Arìngbìrì ni yóò mọyedele. Asáré tètè kò ní kọjá lé. Ẹ̀sọ́ mbẹ́sọ̀ lè jòfin gọ̀pẹ́. Pẹ̀lẹ́ lọmọ lọ́lá yan.
Pẹ̀lẹ́.
Ká fẹ̀sọ̀ ṣe.
Pẹ̀lẹ́ lọmọ lọ́lá yan. Wọ́n ní asáré tètè kò ní kọjá
ilé òjé.
Arìngbẹ̀rẹ̀ gan.
Òun ló máa móye délé.
Because you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very meticulous in everything you do. Èèyàn tó bá sáré ó máa ń tójú lẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ ní ẹlẹ́dàá má jà tójú lẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. Ká má dẹ̀ tójú ayé mọ́lẹ̀ níwájú àwọn màmá wa because she chants and she's gonna do 30 seconds of chanting for us in the studio. Mowuyan, over to you.
Àgọ́ onílé yìí mo kágò. Àgọ́ ọlọ́nà yìí ẹ̀ lànà. Mo kágò kí n tó wọlé kí lè má bàa lé mi. Mo kágò kí n tó wọ̀nà kọ́nà má bàa nà mí. Ewúrẹ́ tó wọlé tí ó kágò ìyẹn dẹrùn àmúso yí látá. Àgùntàn tó wọlé tí ó kágò ìyẹn dẹrùn àsomọ́lẹ̀ yí lọ́bẹ̀ o. Mo kágò kí n tó wọlé o. Onílé yìí ẹ ṣílẹ̀kùn fọ́mọ bá.
Ọmọ bá tẹ̀ tí ráyè wọlé nítorí pé ó ní ewúrẹ́ tó bá wọlé tí ò bá kágò ó dẹrùn àmúso. Àgùntàn tó wọlé tí ò kágò ó dẹrùn àmújẹyàn. Ọmọ ènìyàn tó bá wọlé tí ò bá júbà àwọn àgbààgbà á di ẹni tí wọ́n gbàgbé lórí ilẹ̀. Wọn ò ní gbàgbé yín màmá.
Àmì Olúwa àtẹ̀yìn náà yá mi.
Lágbára Ọlọ́run ò ní gbàgbé gbogbo wa. Gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ ìsìn, all of you who just want to walk, you don't want to tread softly. Everything is just about the aspect of life, and that is why we see untimely deaths everywhere. I tell people, ikú òjijì, àwọn nǹkan kan ló máa ń fà á tó bá ti ń kọjá àyè rẹ tí ò bá rìn bóyá kó o ṣe rìn. That's actually not where we are going today. But I said women advocacy, and she is actually there. I won't come and I'm an advocate, but to back when you won't see the advo, they will put very casey in here. And she is there singing, chanting. The online radio host is who she is because she's trying to steal my show, but I won't let her overshadow me in the studio. You know, there is one thing about every Polytechnic in Ibadan students. That is, and he said, this is my space. I have to own it.
So,
yeah. We always represent the school so well. We rep. And I love to see people from my school. So we are talking culture. And she made mention of something. She said people will mistake her to be a Yoruba woman. And she's, of course, not a Yoruba woman, but in your chant, in your Yoruba, why is it that she's not from my beautiful tribe? Why is the man when you're from another tribe? That is a big question. But the fact that she's answering with the question with her looks gives me that great joy, because I celebrate people who represent their culture so well. And in fact, she is unique in her delivery. You can see her looking at Mowuyan from head to toe. When she called me that Mari, studio in Lenny, my dear Bona meet it, Monishako Nilano, I took Lano, because this is a superstar on my show, because she compares with the big names. And you know, I'm so honored to have Mowuyan in the studio. And that is why I'm wearing this kolapa. You know, in the culture of the people that I'm hosting today, you know, in celebrating their culture, I have to look a bit like them. So, Maria, because when you don't unlearn to relearn, you won't be valuable, relevant in some areas. So, yes, Mowuyan, you are a good representative. Which of the tribes are you representing? Because I don't want to say it. From the name,
I am
to the look.
Proud Badagry woman.
Badagry. Now I asked the question, are you sure you are in Nigeria?
No. So, it is not a gun, but Ogu. O-G-U.
Ogu. Okay.
Or Gu. So we are Gunovis.
Gunovis. Are you the same as Zangbito?
No, Zangbito is Zangbito is our mode of security.
Okay.
In my place.
Okay, a little bit of that. We now know that Zangbito is for security, but because we are time conscious.
Yes.
So let's move.
So I'm from Badagry.
Okay.
I was saying this culture is actually West African. My dad is Nigerian from Badagry. My mom was Beninois from Benin Republic. My grandma was Ghanaian from Upper Volta. My great-grandma was Togolese. So this is me marrying all my West African blood into one.
Let's quickly use the opportunity that I have a West African, a complete West African woman. You can speak Ghana well.
No.
Which of these languages?
Is the Agoin.
The Agoin.
Agoin.
You can speak it well?
No.
Just a little.
It's the Egun.
I just want you to do
it's
a
the
kind
Egun.
of
The Badagry one. The Egun that you know.
The Egun.
Yes,
so now I want you to quickly do it that any temini Egun, any Tokpo, Emma will go to CTV in your language.
Mi mechele to Wegbe. Fide ntediedi we Golden City. So fide pepe mite to Wegbe wemo to YouTube di wemo to television di wemo. Mi sha pipon Golden City TV. Golden City TV.
Golden City TV. Oh, I mean,
Golden City TV.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm away, you know, what lie, trust me, it's a for us. God bless you.
Amen.
You're a good woman.
Thank
so,
you.
what's your advice for upcoming artists? Because we are wrapping up the show. I want to know your advice for them looking at your own uniqueness.
So every upcoming artist there should tread softly. Should tread softly and do not second guess yourself when it comes to education. Education is key. Even if you think you won't use it now, tomorrow, it will speak volume for you. So I've got gigs where, because I could speak English, so I got gigs.
And in fact, the English is trying to push me off my seat because she is speaking it eloquently. She is good, very good with this craft of ads. And you need to up your game. So if you want to stay in the system, in the industry, and you want to be relevant, it's good you go back to school. If you are a dropout, forget the fact that people are making quick money out there. We'll continue to be great and great and great in everything we do. Yes, this is Mowuyan Ogun in the studio, and it's a pleasure hosting you, my madam. So before you go on the show, you're going to determine some people's destiny. And when I talk destiny, I talk the gift we hand to people. They come to the studio to say a show for following us, a show for commenting, a show for liking our post, and you're gonna do that. The first three, it's a big one from this.
From the first three.
Yes.
The middle one.
The middle one, please open. Wow, woo. Wow. So this is Mowuyan, she is doing this to someone. This is pressing iron. So the first lucky winner goes on with a pressing iron. So the number 2 winner goes on with what? Mowuyan, please help us. Wow. Wow. I love this. Fessa. I'm going to learn that song. The number 2 lucky winner. Wow. Sherry, tó bá sọ pé solo láyé, má lọ gbé nǹkan tó ẹ̀mí ò tó ẹ̀mí ò lè gbé o. Tẹ́rùm lélẹ́yìí o. You're going home with one day at Bradford Hotel. Our supporter, our sponsor. We should say a very big thank you to them. And of course, a very big thank you to Mowuyan for coming to the studio. God bless you, madam. It's a pleasure hosting actually. And I must say a very big thank you to my producer and director, Oscar Adesoya TGD. And of course, my cameraman, Ismail Soyaolu, and Shamsuddin Ajalaruru, who has made it possible. Ajalaruru, Omo Ibadan, Maja. Yes, and to my editor Samuel Jung, I say a very big thank you to you because without the proper cutting, we wouldn't have a lovely one on YouTube. And please again endeavor to follow us on all social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channels, and of course patronize our sponsors. It's a very beautiful day in Nigeria today. I hope you have a great time out there. Bye bye.